I know one of the most frustrating things about Aurora is that passive she has now. I believe it's the Pride. Is it the Pride of the Ice? Passive. It's basically like a stock winter truncheon. So I mean, it's, when you think you got her, when you think you're gonna be able to chase her down, get that kill, she's able to go ahead and freeze herself up and get health back. But ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be game 2 of Blacklist International from the Philippines, taking on Royal Cyber Sport Club from Russia. We're gonna see if they are gonna be able to take this to a game 3.
Not jumping to any conclusions. All the teams start with 300 gold each and also with 1 level up. So right now it's the best opportunity for Team Royal Cyber Sport Club to come back and to reverse this series and take a victory to their favor in the bot lane. Oh, look here, Kubi is taking a lot of damage in the mid lane from Yue, also from Haji, who's able to slow down the master of slowdown effect, which is the Lily, of course, and also QB. Both of them go back to the base just to recall, get some HP, get your mana back, and in the bot lane we might see a kill either from Sensui or even from One Shot.
Yeah, you see Edward doing a good job of kind of backing up One Shot, which allows Sensui to go in there, get that gold crab, and get the remnants there that fell down too. Wiser actually taking a heap of damage. Are they going to be able to dive in? Oh, nice a little, I want to say backlash there by Wiser. Traps Oheb in range of the tower, but just not enough to find the kill.
If he landed that second skill on the Beatrix while he's taking damage, we might have had a different story, but Haji was able to take the turret hits just to save his marksman, just to save his gold laner Oheb in the previous moment. Sensui now and everyone is being summoned to the turtle duties, and using the black shoes so quickly by Troublemaker will put RCC in a disadvantage in the upcoming turtle fight.
It's just such a good job by Blacklist to take out some of these ultimates right before the turtle. One Shot uses his heavy spin, and then you see the black shoes out there. Now we're going to go ahead and engage on them. You can see One Shot taking some damage. Meanwhile, here, Sensui doing a good job. 10%, that's going to be it for the turtle. Great job by Blacklist to go ahead and force back RCC.
Yue in this match is, I would say it safely, the most annoying hero in the arsenal of Blacklist International. He's able to freeze out and to put down all the attempts from the side of RCC when it comes to team fights. He can literally disable any rotation that comes from the mid lane, especially from Troublemaker, who's not able so far in a matter of 3 minutes into the game to move from the mid lane. But look here at Castle and Edward in the EXP duel that's been waited from a lot of the bans, and so far Edward is the one who's winning, and it seems like boxing is not the solution for RCC.
And it does look like Edward's going to try to drag some of these minions back so that he has, he's going to be able to zone out the rest of Castle there. But we do a big heavy spin that does a land. Wiser able to find a kill onto Haji. And a big pop-up spatial migration lands on the Wiser, the rest of the team. RCC there to try to help out. Troublemaker finds a kill onto Sensui. Oheb finds the kill onto Kupi. And so they do have an answer back. Oh, actually, One Shot can continue on this fight, but Yue is there to provide the support for his teammate, and that is going to even out the score.
That was the first time that we see the mage defending his own roamer, and it didn't turn out so successful yet. The evened equation by joining, or by Oheb joining the team fight and taking and using that rocket launcher to take the kill by the help of Sensui. Sensui goes down for the first time in this game, and RCC are looking good and actually so much better than the previous game. They are playing a little bit more aggressive, maybe even so much more aggressive. Haji on the gold lane once again helping his own gold laner, and Cube is doing the same. He's mirroring the moves that Haji is actually applying when it comes to helping that gold lane to come through. Heavy spin might be activated by One Shot to go in and contest for this turtle, but it seems like he's so far, and it's gonna be a really easy turtle for Sensui and Blacklist International.
Yeah, they scooped it up pretty. They didn't even have contention there from RCC, who's busy trying to take their buffs right now. You can see here now there's a little bit of a focus up at the top. Haji trying to get good positioning, trying to zone them out.
Look at Yue
hiding in the bush. He might be looking for some freeze. Oh, he shows himself, but not able to find the freeze. Meanwhile, at the bottom, Castle doing some great things with that Paquito, able to get the first tower of the game.
Maybe I take it back. Maybe boxing was the solution. He gets the turret from Edward for the first time in those 2 games. He wins the laning phase, moving freely. Yes, he did move freely, Edward, but the person who was able to add 1 assist and also a turret was Castle.
Oh, you see there, Yue is going to be able to get out of that Sensui, backing off as well there. So I want to say a little bit better grouping here by RCC, especially to be able to fend off a lot of these. It's only 2-2 right now, so it's not as dominant for the side. Oh, actually tried to go in there for a spatial migration, but Kupi actually able to fend it off. So they're doing all right now. The big question, though, is as we start moving into the mid game, as those heals and that speed up from Haji become a little bit more, will RRC be able to keep up with it?
There's a lot of R's. You have casted RQ and RCC, so it's totally understandable. RCC right now are trying to grow, and you were totally correct when you said, oh, look at here, this is also totally correct.
Spatial migration lands. Ohead putting the finishing touches. That is 1 Kubi down for the top lane. You can see Weiser trying to fend it off. Shot there, providing the support, just not even doing much, but just showing them that he is there. Yue in a little bit of trouble, does throw down an ability. Castle's gonna have to back up.
Yue, again and again, is the one to apply a tremendous amount of crowd control. Here using his yo-yo as oh, look at this damage. It's nasty from Edward to take half HP of the jungler himself. So, oh my god.
Big heavy spin lands on the Edward, but spatial migration comes in. Troublemakers gonna have to use those black shoes to get out. Big stun coming out. Is that gonna be enough? We do have 10%. Is this Lord gonna be taken? Sensui finds the Lord. Be trying to run away, gonna go ahead and slow them down. It's not gonna be enough. Spatial migration into the Violent Requiem. Oheb puts the finishing touches, and that is a man down for our RCC. 4-2 in favor of Blacklist International.
Edward, did you see those hits? Did you see? Look at Weiser. He knew that there's trouble coming his way. He recalled instantly. 4 men in the bush for Blacklist International, applying a lot of pressure. But in this game, the ones who are applying so much pressure are RCC. RCC so far are able to make that Clint go through the game with a 1-0-1. In terms of the KDA, right now there's a camp in the bush, and Blacklist International might just want Weiser.
Yeah, we're going to see here as they go ahead and continue. Weiser takes a heap of the damage. Kupi might be down as well. Great zoning out there. We were just talking about that. The Frigid Glacier coming out from the Aurora. More than enough to back up RCC and give the space they needed to be able to take down that top tower for Blacklist.
I think I cursed Weiser once I spoke about him, and look at this damage with a 1 and a second bunch and a right hook with the damage from Castle was really good on Haji, but again with the Flask of the Oasis he's able to restore most of his HP, if not all of his HP. 30 seconds are what it are the time is the time that we will be waiting for to see the upcoming Lord in the mid lane trying to clear things out, and it seems like the Filipino sniper has summoned his own sniper and we might see some shots from now and on. But Weiser, on the other hand, is getting a lot of great farm, and look at here, each time disabling and neglecting the danger that Blacklist International force when it comes to their movement. And here, this is the first time we will see RCC are actually camping and waiting for Blacklist International to fall into their hands.
Oh, we do see an I'm offended up at the top. The rest of the Blacklist International will go ahead and close in. Heavy spin from the side, but not able to get anything from it. Oh, big Violent Requiem lands onto Castle, who gets taken down by Ohead. As we were seeing there, I mean, we were just taking a look at some of the items there. A BOD and Malefic Roar all ready for Ohead. And his matching Wiser only has the Endless Battle right now. That's just such a lead for Blacklist, especially when it comes to the marksmen, who have such a pivotal role when it comes to this mid and late game damage.
When it comes to this solo attempt from the Akai, he just decides to withdraw and go back and farm his own jungle. The first Lord of this game, it's not an enhanced Lord, neither an evolved one, but indeed it's gonna be a dangerous one since Blacklist International want to start pushing, and right now is the perfect moment for them to do so. Look at here in the bot lane, oh my god, but look at the mid lane as well.
Yeah, one shot with the heavy spin does land on, but none of the rest of his team is in a position to be able to capitalize on it. And that is unfortunate. That's things you need to consider. Oh, Sensui, actually. A little bit of hellos coming from both of them there. And you can see them trying to deal with this Lord up at top. Meanwhile, Oheb on the other side of the map is able to find and bring down a tower. Right now, this game has been all Oheb. 5, 0, and 1. There needs to be an answer. Spatial migration lands. Koopy in trouble, trying to dash himself away. There comes the Frigid Glacier, able to freeze them down. Oh, it finds a kill, or is able to take down the tower while the rest of his team is zoning them out. Edward finds a kill. The one down for the side of RCC, while the rest of Blacklist going to go ahead, back up, and set their sights possibly on this mid tower.
Even though Kube have used his I am offended in a perfect way, he brought a disaster between his team using the vengeance from Edward and also spreading those yo-yos and getting a lot and a decent amount of damage, was able to take him down, also take the second turret down, and now looking to take the game layer by layer. Blacklist International are back into their having their momentum with their own base, forcing it, but RCC can break that chain at any moment since they are not far in the game.
Oh, big spatial migration and the Violent Requiem. Oheb again finds the kill. While the background, you can see that Yue puts the final touches onto that tower. Blacklist International just having a way with this dominance. They're not even that far ahead. I want to say about 5 gold ahead at the 12-minute mark, but they are taking it for all it's worth with this such a dominating push into the side of RCC.
Looking at the items, I can just see just one anti-heal item, which is the dominance eyes from the Bakiro. So far, there is no one to actually stop the healing, if almost no one to stop the healing effect coming from Haji. So he is just having fun with all of his healing prayers. But look at Sensui with a 100% participation when it comes to team fights, with a 7k or a 4 or a 6k for a gold lead. The conceal is being used right now, and it's used right here in the top lane, but then comes a withdraw from RCC. Troublemaker looks like he is the one in trouble.
Yeah, they actually might. Koopy actually might be in a little bit of trouble. Heavy spin comes out to try to separate them. Sensui finds the kill. There comes Frigid Glacier again. Edward finds a kill. Wiser able to set up a little bit of defense. They do lose one. Blacklist International takes that death and does decide to step back just a little bit. You can see here from the replay, Koopy in a little bit of trouble here. Gets split up from his teammate. Slowed down. You're going to see the Frigid Glacier comes out as the team tries to support him.
Even though,
Yeah, you see Edward in a little bit of trouble, does activate that vengeance from the side. You can see Yue doing a great job setting down suppressive fire to back up the rest of RCC. Lord, Eb! What? Finds the kill and puts to rest Castle at the bottom lane in that bush right away. And this might be the set that they were looking for Blacklist to be able to take this Lord.
What was that damage? Oheb just with 2 shots was able to take Castle down, and now they are forcing their way into the Lord pit.
Yeah, they actually do find a kill onto Edward. You can see they're frozen. Wiser gets taken down as well, and the one-shot troublemaker, and it does look like Koopy are going to have to disengage. This is going to be a next Lord for the side of Blacklist.
Even though Sinsui was dead, even though Sinsui had like almost 30 seconds for him to come back into the Land of Dawn, and with the power of having the most numbers when it comes to team fight, RCC didn't force in a team fight, and I think that this is, and the reason behind this is that they don't believe that they have the amount of damage enough. Anyways, Troublemaker back there in the top lane, when he was trying to escape, and he did manage to escape, and for me it was so unreasonable, because Troublemaker so far didn't die for even one time. So focusing Kube looks like it was the priority for BLACKLIST International. But anyways, it seems like they want him to be even weaker when it comes to the defending phase, and the Troublemaker is not causing them enough trouble. The Lord is marching from the top lane, and Sissy is trying to take all the waves on the opposite side of the map, synchronizing all the waves, making a perfect synchronized ending phase. They might just finish this game with the second Lord and the first of its type, the Enhanced Lord.
Yeah, right now, I mean, OHEB is about 4K above the highest member of RCC.
Wow.
And that's just telling something. We do have the Luminous Lord coming in, crashing up at the top. A desperate sense falling over RCC, who does need to defend this push. You see Lord already at the core right now, as they are starting to get their, I want to say their objectives a little bit spread thin here. Blacklist focusing down on the bottom and mid, only 2 high grounds left for RCC. Castle goes in, puts some damage on, but it's not going to be enough, as Sensui right there to come in with the spatial migration, back him off, and we are going to be at a little bit of a standstill here. Koopy does find a little bit on the Edward, does activate that vengeance. He might be in a little bit of trouble. There comes Aji. Big spatial migration lands. OHEB again finds a kill onto Castle. Yui finds a kill of his own. They are chasing them down. OHEB in a little bit of trouble, right in the front. He's no fear from him, as he is standing in front lines, taking down RCC member after RCC member. You can see Edward standing in the front with Sui. They are trying to end this now at the 17-minute mark. Edward at the bottom, taking off the minions from the bottom tower. Are they going to be able to close this? You can see Koopy at the front line here trying to fend off Assault. Minions coming from the top. Big spatial migration into a Violent Requiem lands. That might be it. Immortality has been activated for Sensui, and it looks like Blacklist going to go ahead, use that, and back up.
RCC, after seeing a fearless engage from BLACKLIST International, gets another opportunity to breathe and to continue witnessing this game in the Land of Dawn. RCC in a really bad position right now, with only one inhibitor to it. Look at OHEB. He knows that he can trust Haji to bring him back and to bring him home, and also to protect him every and each time, using 2 flickers forward from BLACKLIST International in the previous team fight, without any fear whatsoever, depending on your teammates and knowing that they will do their best to make you go back, or even to make your play perfect. BLACKLIST International right now looking for this Lord. It's an enhanced Lord. Even though it's an 18 minutes, they will reset it. Now it's an evolved Lord, and they will try to proceed with it. But do you think that they want the Lord or the team fight private?
If you're BLACKLIST International, you obviously want the team fight. You can see them baiting out the Lord, pushing it out, trying to reset it. RCC is in an unfortunate spot here right now, where they cannot let the Lord go free. They also just don't have, they're 10K behind. They do not have team fight either. They're relying on luck. They're relying on BLACKLIST to make a mistake. But you're talking about a team that is a former world champion, so they know what it takes. They know what is at stake, and they know where to fight and where they have the advantage. Oh, you can see another spatial migration lands with the Violent Requiem out. Heavy Spin is out as well, trying to protect the team. Actually doing very well. RCC does not take any deaths just yet.
We are almost in the late game where everyone will have their own items. So right now it mostly depends on the strategy, and I think that RCC are trying to attempt to take that Lord. They are trying to even go for the team fight. They might actually respond to what BLACKLIST International want them to do, and Troublemaker will go back to the defense, or like, oh, here he goes. Castle goes back to the defense duties, and now Blacklist International knows that they are either 5v4 or 5v3. So they might go for the Lord, but they must be careful, because RCC are looking at them. RCC are there in the bushes. They do have the damage. They do have the engage, but do they have the perfect execution?
Well, they do know that Keto is down at the bottom, so they're going to go ahead and be a little bit more aggressive than they were before. You can see a big pop-up lands from the Lord. Edward actually gets taken down very low. Does have that immortality in stock. Oh, actually, they're able to push back. Blacklist, is that going to be enough? Sensu misses the spatial migration. Lord is at down to about 1/3 health. One shot, doing what he can. To heavy spin is out. Oheb able to find a kill. That Lord goes over to Sensui. Blacklist still able to find the retribution and another kill onto Oheb.
Ladies and gentlemen, a world-class team fight. Look at you trying to finish things off, and the first and the second game goes to Team Blacklist International.
Yeah, just the finishing touches there, a very dominating game, and I want to put a shout out to Sensui.